No way.
What's your favorite kind of mayo, Jeff?
The regular craft stuff.
See, I switched to the Hellman's,
That shit
so
is too sweet.
I love it, man. Yeah. Like I said, I mean, I don't cut sugar out of my diet, man. So yeah.
Well, no, it's not about sugar. It's what flavor do I want out of my mayonnaise? And it's sweet is not on that list.
Oh no, I used to do just the Kraft straight up mayo, and before that I was a Miracle Whip guy.
You know what? Okay, you know what? That's where I'm fucking up right now because it's Miracle Whip that's super sweet.
Yeah, Hellman's is just thick.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's
that's
yeah,
my
okay.
fault. Yeah, I
No,
was thinking
Miracle Whip
of
is
Miracle
sweet.
Whip.
Yeah.
That shit is just like it's
That's the mayo for kids.
it's the
It
main
kind of is,
a
yeah.
little bit. Well,
Yeah.
it's even called like Miracle Whip, and so it's like, oh, so kids don't like mayonnaise. I don't know. Let's melt some cotton candy in it.
Just put Skittles in my mayo.
I will take the Skittles 100% of the time.
No, that's fine. That's fine. And I'll bet you Miracle Whip probably works in a couple of like specific things, like some kinds of potato salads if you don't mind having like a little bit of like a sweet edge on it.
Yeah, see, I like my potato salad a little spicy. So,
I like it gross,
what do you mean gross?
just
Like sloppy?
sloppy and just
Uh,
devoid of good flavors. You know, I don't know how to say it. Like there's just something about potato salad that it's best when it's just like gross.
See, my mother-in-law makes gross potato salad, where it's like slimy. It's got big old chunks of potato in it.
Yeah, I think
And
I'd
it's-
probably be into that. You know what?
It's got egg in it too. Yeah.
eggs. Does she use genuine bacon grease? Like you're supposed
Oh,
to?
she might. Yeah,
Yeah.
she might.
Yeah.
Mine is more like I shred the potatoes, so it's more like mashed potatoes. So it's different.
That's definitely weird.
It's just like recipe that my mom had years ago. It's like
Yeah.
some Amish bullshit, and it's got that, and it's got a little bit of mustard and vinegar in it, but it's good. So
That's fine.
it's got carrots
That's
in
fine
it too.
Yeah.
Some people don't like that.
Some people don't like that. I'm
Do
not
not like potato salad, William?
No, no aspect of
What
potato
about like macaroni salad? You eat that? Really?
macaroni salad.
I'll eat the fuck out of that.
No.
Mashed
I won't
potatoes.
eat any macaroni and cheese unless it's Kraft.
What?
That's literally the only.
Oh man, I learned how to make my own Kraft macaroni and cheese. It's even better.
When you get that scoop of macaroni and cheese, that's
What if you went to like Boston Market? Would you eat
No.
their macaroni? Really? Damn. So like the specialty macaroni, like the thick and creamy stuff? No.
No.
Oh, jeez.
Just
Even if it's
straight
made
up.
by Kraft.
you know, no, that liquidy goo.
No, the creamy one. No, you're thinking of Velveeta where it
Oh
comes in
yeah,
that foil
yeah,
packet.
Yeah.
Shit, man, I just eat that.
Oh no.
Anyway,
Oh.
I'm Pat.
Oh yeah, I'm Will.
Yeah, I'm Jeffrey.
There's no
None of that.
no.
Okay.
I do not like anything that resembles liquid cheese.
So like the Arby's melt.
No.
Really? What about like dipping nachos? That you won't even dip nachos in the cake. Really?
No. I do not like liquid cheese.
Dang.
So
I eat all that shit.
Yeah, me too, man. Yeah. So,
I know I'm the oddball. Most people love that stuff.
No, best damn like macaroni salad you'll get is right over there at L&L. They
Yeah, that's gross.
those guys have the touch on that stuff.
what is L&L?
It's the Hawaiian barbecue
Oh,
place over
okay.
here.
I like plenty of stuff over there, but no, they can
Not their mac, huh?
they can take their scoop of stuff that they throw on your plate.
There's
Give it somewhere
nothing at the place that I haven't enjoyed. So I'll
I'm
just leave it
sure
at that.
most of it's all pretty good to me, but yeah, no.
No.
So,
Okay.
but that's me because I'm odd.
What about melted cheese on a burger?
If it starts as real cheese and melts, then that's fine because it's gonna harden back up.
Okay.
I don't want it where it's natural state.
Do you like the cold cheese on a burger instead? Because I know some people like that.
No, I'm cool.
Where
Like,
you eat where you fry up the burger and then you slap a cold piece of cheese on it and serve it right like that.
that's fine. I don't mind if it's cooked on the grill and all
Ah,
that kind of stuff. Because it'll harden back up. It goes back to its natural
alright.
state.
See, I like it really gooey. So yeah.
But that, and if you melt regular cheese and put it on nachos, so it's like that stringy kind of stuff.
That's
That's
okay.
fine.
Okay, all right.
But
It's not gonna do that if you just melt the cheese. You have to like making melted cheese, like actual melted cheese, is alchemy. You actually have to blend.
Yeah, I use
yeah,
cream.
no. You
Yeah.
just throw it in the microwave and heat it up. And
No, that just
cheese melts.
What about Velveeta?
No,
Like the black?
no,
No?
it's Velveeta. I don't think it's Velveeta.
But it
Yeah,
melts. It
Velveeta's
gets
kinda
hard when
gross.
it melts. Okay, all right.
would be just kind of gross. But like no, like if you just melt American cheese, it doesn't like melt properly. It'll stick to whatever thing that it like cooks out the moisture.
Yeah, that's fine.
So like if you're going to actually like make a melted cheese, you have to blend. You have to put like
I don't want that.
most people like you're gonna have to start with like provolone.
I'm not a huge fan of provolone. I use Jack. Though.
Well, provolone
Yeah.
it's a flavorless cheese basically.
Yeah.
It's really mild. That's why you mix it with something.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna use the mixing the like when you want that stretchy cheese, right?
No, if I
Provolone
throw
with
it,
something else will always do you right.
no, if I throw the cheddar cheese on a nacho plate and just hit the microwave and you take it out, it does the stretchy.
Cheddar melts like shit, man.
It does the thing though.
Is this this stuff from the sack?
Yeah,
Yeah. That's because it's got like fucking
plastic in there.
well, it's got
Right.
that, but yeah, it's, like if you get the cheese blend, it's got Jack in there too, and so that gets stretchy. Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
regular cheddar, it just like the fucking oil separates from that stuff. Like that's fucked.
Well, you can make cheese strips out of those. Those are pretty good. So,
I mean, it's been a long time since I've melted cheese on my nachos.
what about like a grilled cheese sandwich? Does the middle got to be like gooey, or is that okay?
That one's okay.
Okay, all right. I'm just figuring out where the borders of this county are.
Yeah, it's just,
That's probably that's definitely the farthest it goes.
All right.
But even then,
See, I would take that
good,
and
but it-
dunk it in nacho cheese. No problem. Yeah. So okay.
I get it. I'm an omelet.
I mean, I eat the good stuff, but at the same time, like if you go to the 7-Eleven pump where the cheese is, I'm gonna.
I pump that on
Yeah.
everything, man.
No, oh
I pump
god.
that in my Slurpee, man.
As a matter of fact, one of the most brilliant things I ever saw was a dude like took a thing of like chips or whatever it was, opened it, went over to the pump, and
Yep.
just started hitting that, with nacho cheese and paid for that. It was like, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I love this.
It's almost like a street taco.
Kind of. What
Have you ever had one of those walk around tacos?
do you mean walk around tacos?
So they give you one of the little bags of Fritos.
Oh,
And they fill
yeah,
it with
yeah,
taco
yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah,
Oh, and
yeah,
they give you a
yeah.
sport. Oh, it's delicious. It is so good. So
There's a special name for that too. They call it something
it's
else.
called a
too.
walk around taco.
No, there's another name
Okay.
for it too. Like I believe you.
Yeah, that's what I know it as at the state fair.
Yeah, there's another name that
It's on the
people
menu
use for
board.
it.
Yeah, you can get Fritos or Cool Ranch Doritos, whatever you want. I've made them at home. They're great. So eventually you do get down to the point in time where it's like, fuck, all I have out of this variety pack left is Cheetos. It's not quite the same, but it'll be okay.
I haven't got that variety pack in so long.
Oh, yeah? Oh.
Nope, my kids have whatever bags they want. We just get
Oh,
the
yeah.
super bag.
I just switched to Doritos lately.
From.
They're only two things that my wife and daughter want. It's the only thing that my wife and daughter won't eat.
Oh, so they become officially yours?
Yes.
Oh, out of the variety pack?
No, just get a bag.
Oh.
So, because, I mean, it takes me like a month to go through a bag of chips. So, it takes them like a day and a half. So, if they get the,
Well, when they don't eat other food.
huh?
Well, when they don't eat other food.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
my son does that too.
Munchies
Chips go through
yeah,
pretty
no.
quick.
so my daughter, I've been using my air fryer a lot lately because I bought a big old sack of crinkle cut fry. Oh man, it's so fucking good. So, but it's also like, daughter's like, Dad, you gonna make dinner tonight? I was like, yeah, I was gonna grill up some hot dogs. And she's like, can I just get fries? I'm like, no, this isn't short order.
Man, that's keep to the close. This is some bullshit, man.
I said, you got to eat your hot dog before I give you any French fries. And if you don't eat it fast enough, I'm going to eat all of them. So,
It doesn't hurt for asking.
yeah.
You know. Dad could be in the mood. He's just like, yeah, more
Yeah, just
fries.
whip up some fries. So
Well, I could.
put some chili on. Ew, you know.
Yeah, that would end it for my son too. Me too, but
Really? Not the chili? Not like even the like super tame Hormel can?
no.
Oh,
I think that would even be worse for you.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I love that shit.
Yeah, I have no problem with it either.
Yeah.
It's fine. Again, tastes fine. You just eat it right out of the can with a spoon.
I do hate mine.
You can if you're not in a rush. If you're
I'm never in that much of a rush, man.
tastes great.
That ain't happening.
No,
But we already
that's fine.
covered the cold
Yeah,
canned
the cold
goods.
canned goods. So I'd have a challenge for Jeff on that one to eat the can of corned beef hash from Hormel.
I've done it.
Cold?
It's gross.
Oh yeah, I'll bet.
That's
It's
gross.
got that fat ring on the top that you got to pry out first.
Oh, gross.
You're talking about the key, the one that you open with the key, right?
Not anymore, but yeah, you used to. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the
not
stuff I
anymore.
had that cold. It's gross.
Why didn't you have time to heat it up?
I just wanted to try it.
Yeah.
Well, no, you took one bite and then decided to heat it up?
Yes.
Okay.
It is the most cat looking food looking thing that you can eat. So
Well, it was in the same vein. It was. I eventually tried, spam. That just
Okay.
regular.
I had that when I was
It's
a kid.
edible. It's not
fine.
great.
It-
It.
If you hit it with mustard, it's not terrible. So but
Again, why wouldn't you have time to heat it up?
I was camping.
Well, because I understand a lot of people. That's how they ate the shit.
Yep.
It's
Just because some people do doesn't mean I need to try it.
There's worse things to eat cold
mean-
than spam. So,
look. I mean, the worst thing that got William. This is the. You got to remember, this is the big food gamble, right? Because if I try it and it's no good, right, I don't have to keep eating it. I'm in no commitment,
right, yeah.
to do this. I can then slice the shit up and fry it. I can throw it out, right? That's the amazing thing. Is what exactly
that's
the
now
worst?
stuck in your head.
The worst case scenario is I don't like it. There's plenty of foods out there that I don't enjoy, but how do I know that? Because I tried it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy just not having to take that game.
What's something that you ate that you were like, there's no saving this?
There's no saving this.
Yeah, like cook, fry, boil, it just is, put mayonnaise and Skittles on it. It's just
don't
not
know.
going to get better.
So I mean, like the texture of water chestnuts is like super gross to me, so
Okay.
I can't
Really?
see it. Yeah.
Wow, I like something you don't. That's crazy.
That is kind of weird.
I'm sure you like plenty of things that I don't.
Not really. You just don't eat them.
Like what?
Like the sweets and stuff like that.
No, I eat sweets.
Yeah. So there's no. You're probably down okay with almost everything I've eaten.
Except for water chestnuts. Huh?
I guess why.
I feel the same way about artichokes, though, man. I do not like
Artichokes, if they're there, I'll eat it. But at the
Yeah.
same time, I'm like if
I kind of
that,
mash them up a little bit.
well, I mean, if they're on the table and there are other things, I'm like, I'm gonna
Yeah.
go right past this.
Yeah.
Or if somebody says, "How about some artichoke dip?" I'm like, okay, is there anything else on the menu?
Right, yeah.
Anything?
Yeah, I'll have plain crackers, please.
So again, I'll eat it. But it's the same way. There are people that they see anything avocado related, they're like, "Fuck this."
I'll eat it,
This is
but
gross.
I do not like raw avocado. So yeah, I know a lot of it's just
That felt gross. That felt
it's
so
it's
weird.
it's just waxy, and I'm not a huge fan.
It
So
just doesn't have a lot of flavor. So I tried one bite. I gave it a shot.
would you bite into it like an apple, or
I had
you
the
have
slice.
slices? Yeah.
I
Okay.
had a bite of the slice, and I was just like, see, it's like butter, right?
No,
No.
because butter's good. No, actually, I will tell you this: the thing that improves avocado, raw or anything, 100 times over, is salt.
Yeah, I believe that. Well, that's how you make guacamole. You
Yeah.
use a shitload of salt and cumin. Yeah.
Yeah, salt makes the flavor of that just it pops. But without it, I'm like, "Oh, this is stupid. Because oddly enough, what do you know what kind of food avocado is?
It's a seed, isn't it?
Mm-mm.
Oh, what is it?
It's a berry.
Oh, okay.
All right, yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's solid all the way through. There you
Yeah. To me, that's a weird thing. I'm like, this is some kind of like fucked up vegetable, and then it's like,
go. Right.
because there's nothing sweet about it or anything like that. It's like, okay, got it.
It's a berry. That makes
it's a
sense.
berry. And I'm like, all right, well, at this size, it's not sweet at all. Let me try salt. Works a lot better. But I mean, the only reason that I'd be eating that is because it's healthy. Right? You can spread it on toast, and that's fine, or things like that, or you can make a dip. But I'm not gonna waste my time doing that.
I did that once.
It's okay.
You got to boil it a little bit first, otherwise it just dances in your blender.
Well, okay. Well, here's the other
Or you
thing.
can chop it up.
This is the other thing that you can do with it, right? This was the stuff that works. Is all right. So to get back to where you started, right?
Okay.
This is what I used to do with avocados every day. It's great. Okay, you take an avocado, you go to that magic bullet or whatever it is that you got there, right? It's like you're making like tuna salad, right?
Oh, okay.
So avocado goes in, mayonnaise goes in, right? Salt goes in, right? And if you're feeling crazy, you can throw in like some lemon juice, right? That comes out like smooth. That's super good.
It's like a spread, though, right?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. All
Yep.
right. I thought you were making a smoothie. So, with mayonnaise in it. Next thing now, I'm tempted.
I don't want to drink that through a straw.
Let's see the Impractical Jokers where he had to blend the ingredients of a hot
Of
dog.
a hot dog. See, that doesn't actually sound too bad.
Blend the ingredient. What is it? Just beef?
Hot dog, ketchup, mustard.
Some relish in there? Sure.
I think they did that. Yeah.
What, like a bun and just blend it and drink it?
They poured it in a cup and they were drinking it.
I could probably do that. I'm a big fan, though, so there's nothing about any of those things that I dislike, and I usually do eat them all together.
It was gonna blend down there anyway, so
Yeah.
Like again, that is it's a primitive, degenerate form of grind, which is something that I have.
grind.
This is a Banatakian recipe. We don't waste food around here.
Right.
The old trick was you take all the leftover meat, you throw it in the blender with mayonnaise, right? And you blend it smooth, and then you spread it on crackers. You make sandwiches, whatever. That's why I was like, "What are you eating today?" It's like a grind witch.
Oh.
So, like, I tried it. I'm like, I mean, you can taste every last little thing in there, but I mean, it's kind of like mayonnaise-y. So,
Yeah.
like, this is fine.
Dude, there's some meats in there. You don't want to put fish in that.
I mean, and it's not like
I mean, chicken's like basically a blank canvas.
It-
So
it
whatever,
is,
But,
it
you know,
is,
if you
yeah.
put fish in there with like ham, that'd be awful. So-
right. But usually it's like a couple of spare hot dogs are gonna be. And
Yeah.
That's bologna. You know, that's what that is. So yeah, you just.
Or if you had some olive loaf. Ugh.
That stuff's okay. I mean,
I hate that.
all right.
I hate that stuff.
I'm just again like if I have a choice, I'm gonna walk by it. Like
Yeah.
again, I can eat it, but
Yeah. It's like olive loaf, and there's another one that I cannot eat. What is it? Oh, that Brunschweiger. I cannot eat that stuff.
yeah,
I know. My dad used to fry little discs of it. So
it makes
That-
the house
that-
stink. It's
that is the food that looks the most like it. I was wrong about that before.
Wow.
That at least has potatoes in it.
what Brunschweiger is. It's fucking organ meat.
It is. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's ground up organ meat and water.
Yeah.
So,
And so you take a look at this and say you must really like the taste of this to risk gout.
dude, my dad is the only person besides you that I know who would be like, "Huh, never eaten this before." Ah.
Yeah. And
So,
then you flip around, it's like, what did you just eat? It's like a gizzard of something.
yeah, yeah, I recognize it as a gizzard. It had stones in it. So,
Now, granted, I mean, there are some things that you couldn't, because of what they are, you couldn't convince me to do it. I would never eat that. You're familiar with that, like, balut shit, where it's...
The smelliest thing on the planet.
No, balut is basically like the egg has been fertilized and the embryo of the.
Oh no.
Okay, you guys. Okay, all right,
No,
so you don't
no,
want to
no.
finish the story. That's fine. All right, so
This is like the R-rated version of foie gras, huh?
yeah. So this is that. Yeah. So it's basically like embryo of chicken, and you eat it. It's a yeah.
Raw?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
It's a French
no.
thing.
I don't know what fucked up country
okay.
came up with. It's the same thing. Like you guys have seen the maggot cheese.
I've seen the maggot cheese. Yeah,
You familiar with the maggot cheese?
that is
No.
from France. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would I be? No.
Well, so they make a great point for it where they say like, all right, so they're gonna ferment the cheese. They've already allowed flies to lay their eggs in it. The larvae, forms maggots, right? And what happens is as the cheese ferments and it solidifies, right? The maggots keep eating the cheese, right? And so what happens is evidently it is like the creamiest cheese that you'll ever eat, right? You couldn't like lay any amount of money on the table. I'm not gonna fucking eat that shit.
No, man, it's got maggots in it.
And you eat it with the maggots.
Yeah, because you can't get them out of
You
there.
can't get 'em out.
Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, no.
But it is supposedly like the most divine, creamiest. And like, fuck you. There's maggots in this. No.
There's bugs in it. If there's
That's
bugs
for
in any
poor
of it,
people.
yes.
Yeah, that's one
Well,
of the
that
most
one is
expensive.
specifically not, but yeah,
No, no,
yeah, no. So
Oh.
I don't think you're actually allowed to eat it. I don't think you're allowed to ship it to the United States.
Good.
good. I like
Because
that.
because
We need to keep that law.
It
That's a good law.
defies like health laws.
Yeah.
Were you about to say Hitler's Law?
Hitler's laws.
I don't know. I don't think you need that shit either.
The
but-
Department of Fatherland Security.
yeah. Yeah, fuck that shit. So yeah, there's a couple of things that I wouldn't eat. Just on it's too gross. I can't look at this but yeah, other things like snails, not a problem.
I don't like snails. I've had escargot
Well.
twice.
It's really chewy.
It's
Oh, that's
extremely
even
chewy.
worse.
So, but I don't like a lot. Like I don't like octopus. I don't like squid. So,
Octopus is kind of whack. I don't
octopus is weird.
I don't
man.
get the
Tastes like
appeal of
chicken.
it.
So
I don't get the appeal of it. Like the texture is fucking crap.
it's awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's not it's not one of those things like you keep chewing it for like another 45 fucking minutes and you're like, no, when's the next flavor profile going to come out? It's like, no, this
No. Yeah, it's like chewing on a piece of
yeah, it's just like this tastes like the ocean. It's never going to turn over. Like I can't break it down with my teeth. It was like so like when mom would make jajangmyeon with the big tentacles.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, who likes this? It doesn't break down. I can't chew this. It's
Yeah.
like this is the worst fucking gum I've ever had in my life.
It sticks to you.
So eventually you just have to like, I guess I'm swallowing it. I'm gonna see if the acid can handle this.
Yeah,
I don't have
I'm
love
okay
for
with
squid,
that.
man. I don't. Squid, octopus sucks.
No. Yeah, I don't eat it anymore anyway. So, but I used to get fried calamari all the time.
Calamari's fine.
Fried
It's
calamari is
okay. So
Yeah,
it
it's-
still has that ocean taste in it, though, man.
It does. Well,
So-
the only other problem is like, couldn't you fry something else? And they say like,
This would make great chicken finger batter.
Exactly.
Oh wait, yeah. What is that called? Yakitori, please.
oh yeah,
Right, yeah.
yeah. Any place that's serving calamari, it's like you could dip something else. It's like, do you have some like crappy mozzarella back there? Go ahead and make some of those. Yeah, fine.
Dude, I made some of those homemade the other day in my air fryer.
What?
How'd they turn out?
Mozzarella
Great.
sticks? Oh,
Yeah, I
okay.
didn't even make sticks. I made like cubes. So I had a chunk of mozzarella and I just cut it up and I was like, well, fuck. This thing's about to go bad. What am I gonna do with it? Because mods will go bad in like 3 fucking days in your fridge once you open it. It's got a lot of water in it. So
It depends on which mozz you buy, man. Like if you get the good stuff, the actual wet stuff, it'll go bad fast.
Yeah, no, this is just the standard block. So,
All right, that you have a little bit longer, but yeah, if you
not too much longer.
if you
So-
buy the wet balls, and I think those
they
are
go
just
bad fast.
delicious, but
They are delicious.
You might
so-
just eat it in one sitting, man. Just make a
right, yeah.
just make a caprese. No,
Like an apple.
It kind of is, yeah.
well, you could also split it with somebody. I'm not saying that you
Oh,
just.
yeah, I guess I could do that.
God, it's like we're not all fucking sink eaters like I am, man. I presume that you like share these things with families.
Sometimes. Depends on what I'm making. Sometimes they don't want it. I'm like, well, more for me.
Well, to me, I argue one of the merits of Kraft macaroni and cheese is that the perfect serving tool is also the bowl, and
Oh, yeah.
you hold the handle, and
Yeah.
Yep. I always eat it that way, unless I was like sharing it with my daughter.
right.
But she got out of the mac and cheese game like maybe about a year ago. So, because she used to get the individual cups, and then she melted
didn't you,
one.
Yeah, didn't you like burn down the microwave?
The microwave, yeah. So, in fact, my microwave, like, rotating plate still has a black spot on it.
Right.
So, from
Right.
because of
Right.
all the fucking chemicals. You know?
Yeah, my daughter doesn't eat mac and cheese hardly at all anymore.
She was on it hard for about a year or 2 years there, where she, I'll just make some mac. I'll just make some mac. I'll just make some mac. And then that happened, and I don't think she's had one since. So, it's been a little while.
Yeah, I watched this this video. It was a part of like a documentary of like picky eaters,
Mm-hmm.
and they had this like one fat like whiny guy, who was that's the only thing that he would eat.
Smack?
Yeah,
Wow.
Kraft Mac,
Yeah.
and
You just buy it by the gross.
pretty much, and like he's got his family there, and you know he's fat and he's complaining. he's got he's just got this like little bitch attitude, and people are they're talking to us like, well, I'm aware that he's got problems, but it's the only thing you need, right? And like they put other things in front of him, and he's doing this like over dramatic, like retching, like whoa,
Was he British?
No,
Oh.
no, he was a bitch made American.
Damn it.
But no, I know what you're talking about because there is another. I know there's another one I saw that's like that.
Yeah.
With British, some British, fucking wiener.
Yeah, I saw this guy. Yeah. Anyway, I don't want to interrupt.
No,
your story.
go ahead.
Tell us
Yeah.
where you're at. Where were you going with that?
Macaroni and cheese. That's
Okay. I didn't know if
Anything
like
else,
maybe
yeah.
someone put like a strawberry in front of me. He's like, what is that?
No. It was everything was just and like he'd sniff it and he'd act like he was like fucking like nose to nose with dog shit. They make little retching sounds,
Oh my
like,
gosh,
God,
man.
he's such a loser.
So it's get out of your fucking house, bro.
Yeah, I believe the kids say touch some grass. Yes.
Oh yeah, touching grass.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've been using that one a little bit too much lately, but anyway.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, like I saw a show and it was like, yeah, they were interviewing British people about like food, and they were like, well, where's the best food in the world? And they were like, Britain, and then they like take these people in and, it's like, so this is your breakfast. This over here is called biscuits and gravy. And people, oh my God, it looks horrifying. But then they would get like somebody to try it and he'd just eat the whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
They'd be like, you guys eat this all the time?
Look, it's only like honest British people when they say where's the best food in the world. If they say France, they're being honest because
Yeah, that's true.
yeah, any honest like British person would like British food is utility food.
It's what you got. And
Yeah.
so yeah, but then like some like things that even like a lot of it is stuff that you have to learn to like. So,
Right, their baked
Yeah.
beans are fucking
They're
whack.
awful, dude. They got
They're
no sugar
whack.
in them.
Yes.
Yes. So
Yes.
they got no brown sugar in them. So it's like, what the fuck? It tastes like refried beans, but sloppy. So
The closest thing is like ketchup. But it's still like less
What
sweet
is
ketchup.
Well, it's like British ketchup. They don't
Yeah.
put any corn
No,
syrup
it's-
in it.
it's
Yeah.
fucking
So yeah, have you ever
weird.
had like
No.
non-American ketchup? It's disgusting. So yeah,
Ooh, William's gonna be in for a rude awakening.
why's that?
He like drinks ketchup.
Where's he going?
I don't know. but whatever
okay, yeah, I
happens,
know. If he winds up,
he's
in
gonna
England,
think that it's what he's expecting. And
it is not. It is totally different. So, but yeah, no, it was a show like that where they were just like,
Yeah.
ugh, and so I was thinking that guy might be British.
No, I understand.
You get raised on those baked beans, and you actually have a can of Bushes. It's kind of like, what the fuck is this? It's like, where have I been all my life?
Dude, you're not wrong. And look, I get it. I understand the criticism of American food. You're right, because it's like cartoon food, right? Where it's everything is up to 11.
Yeah, but some people love it, man. I mean, like the thing
I
is,
do.
well, no, I know people who come from like
yeah,
I have
yeah.
international students all the time, and I ask them what are they gonna miss when they leave. Almost unanimously, they say some kind of food.
Yeah.
So whether it's like Chick-fil-A or or like some of them are very simple, as like anything spicy. So,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
There's that. There are some people that go crazy for like, I've never had pancakes like this.
Oh yeah, no, I've heard that. Yeah, I've heard that about like ice cream. It's like,
Right.
how do they fuck it
Right.
up in England?
That's a great question. No, it's
Yeah.
well, again, and since you and I, like, we've been to the Korean market, we've eaten Asian foods. Like, when they have the sweets with that like bean paste shit, right? I can eat it, but man, is that like, this is what counts as sweets for you?
I've never eaten it. I've had poi, and
Poi was gross.
That's
I didn't
disgusting.
like that. You didn't like that either?
No.
Okay. All right.
Okay, there you guys go.
it was.
Mm,
Oh,
Neither of you guys
man.
like that one. You're both
Yeah.
making faces
It
here,
was
man.
so
It's,
bad. That was like my
What
freshman
is
year
poi?
in college. It's this Hawaiian thing. It's like purple usually, and it looks like kind of like a porridge kind of thing.
kind of, yeah. Yeah.
And they love it out
What
there.
is it made out of?
But I don't.
It's a fruit from
Some
like
sort,
there's
yeah.
a fruit out there, and like a couple of like things from like a Hawaiian dumpster, and
It's just made out of a little bit of homeless in there.
That's how you deal with the problem.
Get some rind.
you shred a block of homeless. Like,
They are an island. You can't go around.
Where
So
do I get homeless rind from?
well, yeah, never use frozen. You gotta go fresh.
You're gonna get it fresh.
Yeah, I don't remember everything that was in it, but I had a friend who was Hawaiian, and
Yeah.
he's like swears he's like, this is the best. This is I
Great
love this. I
dessert.
love this stuff.
like, oh, it's got to be sweet as can be. I mean,
not.
thinking
It's-
Hawaii, it's got to be like pineapple, all this good, the great
yeah.
flavor. It's got to be sweet, and it's just like, whoa.
Yeah.
There's like a hit of like almost like dirt in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
It's just terrible.
I didn't know how to describe the flavor. It's like, and you eat this.
And this is like a favorite.
Yeah, at the same time, like, and it's like you mentioned, like with Britain, it's like a cook with what you have. It's the same reason. That's why they have so much spam in their
Yeah, you
Oh,
know,
in Hawaii, yeah.
because of the World War II situation.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
well, we have this.
And a lot of it.
How do we gussy up like spam? It's like, well, I see, right? And I'm glad, because this actually works.
It's kind of like a military delicatessen, though, man. So, because my dad was way into that. I mean, he would always
Yeah.
buy a couple cans whenever we went camping, and he had like 10 different ways to make it. So, like, whether or not you chop it up and put it in like your mac and cheese, we would do that, or he'd fry it, or
Love fried spam.
fried spam
I
is delicious.
Love fried spam.
Yeah.
It's just
You don't even have to add salt. Like, it's the only thing I think
It's
I
got a
cook.
shit ton of salt
Yeah,
in
it's
it
the
already,
only thing
yeah.
I think I cook that I don't add.
But
I put soy sauce.
you can hit it with soy sauce.
Yeah.
At the end, kind of glaze
Get
it
that
on there.
char.
You glaze it on, get a little char.
Yeah.
Yeah.
French. What is that?
What is that? French cooking's not hard though, man. I mean, well, it depends on where you go, but just like basic stuff, it's like it's like I've been doing all these different things lately with pan sauces and stuff. They all come from France. They're fucking easy, and it's just like, oh my god, this is amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, making like genuine hollandaise sauce is a pain. in the
That is a pain in the ass. You need the right tools for that, or you need a lot of patience. So yes,
That
yeah.
no, that's and everything that comes from that family is that same thing, right? So making your own mayonnaise, if you have the tools and patience for it, not a problem.
Oh
right?
yeah, well you can do it. I do it in my stand mixer, so it's no big
You
deal.
can do that, but béarnaise sauces, all this other stuff. It's like
Béarnaise.
it's not. It's time consuming. That's the biggest thing about like the hard parts of French cooking is a lot of that shit takes time.
Yeah, if you go for the fancy stuff. So yeah,
Oh well,
like the basic stuff. It's like
so if you were talking about there's a form of French food that is good enough, and I'm a fan of that too.
yeah, that stuff's great, man. Yeah, so
Quite fine.
yeah.
I mean, granted, I did, You know, I was dating the girl that made the French onion soup.
Oh yeah.
Yes, and that shit that has to actually do overnight.
Yeah, you do have to do that stuff.
have to do that
overnight.
shit
Otherwise, you
overnight.
don't get the cap to set up right. Yeah.
It's not just the cap, but like
Yeah.
it has to the whatever the chemical process of the like crap plus the onions, like there is something
Yeah,
there
yeah,
where it
yeah.
has to sit overnight. But you know what? There's a version of that that's I would say 88% as good.
Sure.
Yeah, and you can do that right now.
Yeah. It doesn't take too long.
Yeah.
So
But I mean, if you are a slave to authenticity, I mean, it's
I
like
am
no,
not.
I'm,
no, I am not.
I'm not. I mean, I can notice the difference. And I say, oh, this is great. This is great. This definitely makes it worth $30 more per plate.
If it's croissant, yeah, sometimes.
And that's it. Like, so that's the thing is one of the best dishes I've ever had was this was a French breakfast where it was it was mini brioches with walnut infused syrup.
Nice.
Fucking best
Yeah.
breakfast I've ever had in my life,
Yeah, I'll bet.
and that was like $11.
Yeah, see?
It was awesome.
Yeah.
And that's something, yeah, that it takes them a while to do. You can get that right at the that's the I can't remember. It's one of the restaurants in the Paris. It's fantastic.
Oh, I don't know. I've never been
Yeah.
there. So I thought you were talking about marigolds or something.
Something here.
Railroad will do you right too, but
They do a good job. So it's been a while since I went there when my brother got married, come to think of it.
oh,
That's where
well,
we
there
went
you
for
go.
lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah. On the way back from the courthouse.
I
last
will
time I've
argue
been there.
that it's still the best pastries you'll get in town.
Oh yeah, you got
Best-
to get the Napoleon. So
Yep, and even if they're out, there's still like 10 things that you can get.
there
that
are
great.
plenty of things there that are
Fantastic.
delicious. Yeah. No, I don't do any pastry chefing, so that is hard.
No,
Baking is hard, so
I never do it.
I do it. I do it a lot now, and I actually made my own French bread the other day. It came out pretty good.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh.
So everybody's like, "Oh, you need to have like 1,000-degree oven and steam bath and all stuff." And just found this guy on YouTube. He was like, "Yeah, take your second pan and fill it with about an inch of water and throw it in the bottom of your thing." He was like, "Just pull it out and spray it a little bit with just a normal Mister water bottle." I was like, "Well, I usually use that on the cat, but it's on this. It came out fine." And my daughter was like, "Dad, can we turn that into garlic bread?" I was like, "Oh, you just hurt me a little bit, but yes."
Why?
Huh?
Putting garlic butter on French bread.
I just like it with butter, man.
Oh,
So, I just like it with plain old butter.
gotcha.
So, but she's in a garlic bread phase right now. So I think all kids hit that one too, at some
Well,
point in time.
My boy hasn't.
No, does
Actually,
he?
neither one of my kids.
They don't do Italian food.
My daughter likes noodles.
Okay, but you never gone out for like spaghetti or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
William hasn't eaten any pasta.
No,
So yeah.
other than mac.
No, he doesn't eat that.
He doesn't eat mac. Oh, okay.
No, it is. Yeah, he's extremely picky too. So.
Yeah. What are his three things?
Steak and fried rice.
Okay.
And then morning is hash browns with a donut or a chocolate chip muffin.
What kind of hash browns? The patties or
Yeah,
the,
the
yeah?
patties.
Okay.
And then he'll eat like a PB&J or something like that for lunch.
Oh. Well, he's got two. He's got 2 meals on my daughter.
Took him forever to get to the Uncrustables. But somehow he would also eat a tuna fish sandwich.
That's weird.
That's incredibly
That
weird.
is
I'm
weird.
like, how does this fit
Yeah.
in
God,
your...
that sounds good right now.
A tuna fish. I haven't had one in
Yeah.
ages.
Like, how does this fit in your logic of food that would have tasted right? Like, what part of smelling that and seeing it would have been like, that seems like food. The rest of this stuff, no way.
Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of tuna salad. I'll eat it, but I like chicken salad. I actually like my chicken in the land form.
Well, again, like if I have a choice, yeah, I'm gonna take the chicken salad. But
Oh yeah.
just like a tuna fish sandwich is amazing. You know?
Yeah.
There's nothing like it. But I also know that again, the purists will say good God, that's a lot of mayonnaise. It's like, fuck you, this is how I'm going to eat it.
There's nothing wrong with mayonnaise, man.
Look,
Delicious.
some people, again, they're like, but you're losing the taste of the tuna. It's like, that's right.
That's right. Yeah. This is a mayonnaise with fish sandwich.
And again, I'm talking about like canned and fucking like packaged tuna. I'm like, this is a different story. Like if I'm gonna go out, and get some sushi, it's like raw tuna, great, absolutely great.
I've had that once, man.
Would you
Love it?
Would you do it with fresh tuna to make it into a tuna fish sandwich?
No,
No, you eat that.
no, that is way too high quality of a fish right
It's
there.
really expensive.
Yeah, when you put it in the can or the bag, like it's they've done stuff to it.
Yeah, they've done stuff to it. Yeah.
They've made it so it can survive in the can. Like
Yeah.
if you go out there and get the fresh tuna, it's a completely different taste. Matter of fact, you can barely taste the actual tuna flavor.
No, you can't. Yeah.
It doesn't taste like that same kind of thing. It's just like you get like a slight hit of it on the back end. It tastes so fresh and clean. Fantastic stuff, but shit's expensive.
Yeah.
Which is expensive. But yeah, that canned tuna, the one where you gotta fucking squeeze out the juice and, and drain it and stuff like that, it's like,
Yeah, I don't eat them.
And
So
they're-
I don't know why he started eating them.
well, they're good. Again, I like it, but yeah, chicken salad, it kicks its butt. If you put me at the table and say like, of all these things, what are you gonna take? I'm gonna be like, I want the macaroni salad.
Oh, yeah, me too. Yeah.
I understand that you want me to like pick two, just do 2 macaroni salads,
Yeah, exactly.
and we'll call it good.
Yeah, we'll call it good.
I don't hate potato salad either. Like again, there's people that you can really fuck it up. You can. There are some assholes out there. It's like, no, the way to do this is you have to hit it first with like 3 things of mustard powder, and then like 3 things of mustard, and then it's like, man, fuck you.
For what, macaroni salad?
No, for potato salad. Like there are some
Oh,
people
no,
that,
you don't need that much
that
mustard.
wreck that shit with that. They're like, oh, it's German. It's
Well,
like,
look at the German potato. Yeah, they put a shitload of mustard in that.
Right.
So it's like yellow.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I like mine white.
yes, I agree.
Yeah. So.
And they're like, oh, but this is German potato salad. It's like, no, that's trash.
That's garbage.
You are going to go home with as much of it as you brought to this pot.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're not like that. No, man. We're not even talking potlucks here. So.
Not a potluck.
I've been invited to many and have refused all invitations. So
I feel like the potluck kind of died with COVID.
that did put a
probably.
dinger in it. That's for sure, man.
Yeah.
Because we used to do multiples of them a year. We'd have like a chili cook-off, and then like a bona fide potluck, and then we'd have like
At work?
and then we'd have like a Thanksgiving thing. The week before Thanksgiving. It was like, oh well, so we got nobody to bring dessert, Pat. Why don't you? I was like, I'm not coming. So yeah.
Good luck, though.
It was like, yeah, it sounds great, but I'm not going to be there. So
You guys have fun.
that's what I just do. I just do that now, man. It's like, oh, we got a potluck on Friday. It's like, great.
Man, I got to. Okay, there's a little bit of me rubbing off on you.
Well, that one in particular, because, it is one of these things where it's just like after COVID and even a little bit before, it was kind of a dying tradition. And so it was like the same 3 people bring the same 3 fucking things every single time, and then there's always the people who are like, oh, I'll bring napkins. It's like, what, you mean those ones in the cabinet right there? So, yeah.
Right.
From the last potluck. So, yeah. And so I just, after a little while, I was just like, no, I'm not going to do this anymore. But I was like that even way back at that shit college where I brought beer to our potluck. Because, they didn't tell me it was that kind of party. Sorry, I had older traditions here, or... When you do a 4th of July potluck, you bring the beer, so...
Oh, this was the 4th of July. Was this on site or no?
Yeah, it was on site. But it wasn't a day where there were students there. So I thought it was
okay.
completely fine. And oh my God, the amount of dirty looks that I got within 5 minutes. I was like, fuck this, I'm out. I took my
And
beer
my
with
beer's
me.
gone.
Beer's gone with me. So they thought I
Your
was joking,
dirty
and I
looks
thot they were
taste
joking.
delicious.
And nobody was joking, so it wasn't funny.
That's true. And there are guys, it's like, we're having a cookout. What do you want me to bring? And they'll be like, Jameson?
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay, well, that makes sense. Yeah.
So,
I haven't been to a cookout either. I don't
No,
really go out
I
and
don't
get
do
out
that
much.
stuff much anymore either. It's like,
The work ass stuff, but it always is email now, and it's like check if you're coming, and it's like, well,
no.
that's easy.
Yeah, that's easy.
well,
This is a big fat no.
I don't even have to pretend I thought it.
Man, I don't know. The last couple of cookers I've been to, they've been like, well, this guy is like the wing master guy. And then his wings are ass, you know? And you're just like, he's like, hey, aren't these the best wings you've ever had? I'm like, yeah, they're great. You know? So, but it's just like, he's like, you can't put that much ranch on these, bro. So, you know, in order to make them taste better. And so, like,
I don't know. I'd probably like them, but I have no idea.
no, they were gross. They were burnt and they were, you know, poorly cooked and badly selected. And, you know, it was just, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, do we have hamburgers?
Right.
Yeah.
No, because ultimately with things like that, the check mark on the questionnaire isn't are you going to come to this here? What it's really asking is, do I want to hang out with you coworkers in my off time?
Right. Yeah.
And that's a no for me.
That's a big fat no for me too. Fortunately, in my current job, I get a lot of off time. So
Right.
yeah, but the last time when I was doing the regular rotation, where I'd get my standard 2 weeks of vacation a year, and they'd schedule a potluck on one, I'd be like, no, absolutely not.
No way.
Yeah, there was one year I was on vacation. They, oh, you're coming to the potluck? I was like, no. They're like, well, you know, we're counting on you to bring. I was like, I'm on vacation. They were like, well, yeah, but you're not going anywhere. I was like, maybe I will. You know, kind of thing.
Now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, they tried to guilt
Yeah,
you
they did
about
try
it?
to guilt
Oh
me
my
into it,
God.
man. So that's why I wasn't there that much longer.
I'd be like, well, I'm not going to
Well,
be
so when
there.
you're-
It's one less to feed, so I think, yeah, I got this.
Oh no, I was in a leadership role, and so you know.
Well, you're supposed to make appearances. You know, it's like, show me in the contract where it says I have to make appearances.
Yeah, this is my
I
contract
get it.
being
I
salary
know.
basically says
I
you
know.
serve at the discretion of the El Presidente.
Who really wants to see me?
No, and that's the thing. I'll be pleasant with you guys all day long. And you know what? That's the thing. I didn't go to events that were, you know, like in the school or whatever during like regular hours either. It's like I don't care. I'm not trying to be rude or anything. It's just like, if I can respect the fact that you guys go fucking dorky for every birthday party, can you respect the fact that I don't? That's always the weird thing for me is you know, I'm not trying to be antisocial. It's just like I hate these kind of gatherings. I don't bring anything. I mean physically, but I don't bring anything to these things. I have no expectations. I'm not going to eat. I'm not
Free
going to.
pizza or cake, I'll take it.
No, I don't take that shit either.
I'll take it.
Never. I don't eat in front of coworkers because I haven't known them for 15 years.
I definitely eat in front of coworkers.
No, all the time.
I
Yeah,
have no problem with that.
I still do.
You weren't fat growing up.
Oh,
You have any idea how like, so those things back in the day, like when like kids would have birthdays, right, and they'd bring in like a thing of like cupcakes and stuff, and you'd pass it from desk to desk, right?
Oh, I remember those.
Yeah. If you're a fat kid and that thing like goes by you, right? The kids are always gonna be like, "Oh, there could be anything left after it gets past Jeff," right? Like, "Oh, this is fun. Okay, yeah, that's
Yeah.
great." No, you know, I'm not gonna take anything. I'm gonna pass it along the way. Fuck you, right? So I don't know. You do that after 10 years or so. Eventually, you get this thing of like, I don't eat in front of you fuckers. Fuck all of you, right?
Yeah, you can do that until you're in a leadership role. So,
Or you don't. I mean, again, But then again,
Yeah.
that was just me because I never like when we talked about this, and you guys looked at me like I was the scum of the earth when it came
what was
to.
this?
Oh, this we can't do this. When we had the discussion about
leaving?
when the name is called
Yeah,
at graduation, if you leave,
Oh, yeah,
right?
that.
I
yeah.
can't open this can of worms because
No.
we settled nothing, right? But
Yeah, and your positions are immutable, so it's fine.
but yes, in that same like token, I have no qualms about like, okay, well this I don't want to attend this, so I won't.
Yeah, that's fine.
Right.
Yeah.
I've never had an issue with that.
There are things where you're expected to attend, but I have, even to my detriment, it's like, no, dude, I passed up on dinner with Sackett, and that really pissed him off. You remember that, right?
Who was Sackett?
Our boss at Baker.
Oh.
Yeah, because when I was in Houston, right, he was down there for something too,
Oh.
and he came down to the class with the three of us. He was like, I'm taking you guys out for dinner tonight. Like, I didn't say anything. I'm like, well, I'm not going. I had
Right.
stuff to do.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
And he was pissed at me the next day.
Yeah, that's why you get on his bad side.
Well, I was already on his bad side.
Well, then you're gonna cement yourself.
Yeah.
Well, dude, I mean, that was the thing was the other two guys was like, well, didn't you come for dinner? It's like, well, because I went running, and then it's like I had stuff to do.
Yeah, you change your priorities.
Some people do, but I told him too. I was like, I told him it was like, he started talking about it. I was like, nah, I don't want to be indebted to you. And he didn't like that either. He's like, well, this all goes on the court. It's like, in a way.
You don't play the game at all, man. That's
No, I don't.
I would have just told him, hey, look, man, I don't eat in front of other people. Thanks, but no thanks.
I mean,
So,
that's
yeah.
the thing is like,
You can do that in a different way. So,
but I'm not. I mean, that's the thing is I'm not going to pretend in front of other people. It's like, no, it's I'm sorry. I'm like, I'm not.
no, you do well as an independent contractor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, well, this is the thing is like, I understand that generally speaking, like, honesty can be detrimental in certain situations, but I mean, it's like, it's not going to happen.
well, or you could have made the best of the situation.
Such as,
You have no idea what it would have been like to actually have gone to dinner. Maybe you would have actually enjoyed some parts of it. Maybe he conversed well.
all right,
Maybe
so,
it's a different setting and situation. You're not at work. He's not having to be boss. Who knows?
that's entirely possible. But I mean, I suppose that same argument goes with you when it comes to like white sauces.
White sauces.
So we could
You
both.
could like ranch, William. You never know.
What is not going to impact my job?
Well, no. All I'm saying here is we can both be aware that it's probably something that can have that kind of impact. But you could also say it's like, but it's still not going to happen.
Maybe not, but your boss will like you better.
Fuck him. Look.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
Yeah.
no. Well,
So-
if it were a different story, if I liked him, it would have been a different story. But the dude was fucking an asshole to me before then.
And then maybe you can try and change it.
I don't think you wanted to. Did you?
Anybody in the history of that company get on his bad side and then get off it?
Oh,
Nobody that I talked to did.
most people just didn't like him.
No, in fact, somebody fucking slugged his ass,
Oh, yeah.
and I saw the pictures. But I mean, that's the thing is like, I'm not. Look, I didn't want to go with the other guys either. I mean, I'm not trying to be rude or anything. It's like, no, I already have stuff to do. You didn't ask me to do this. You came in here and said that this is happening.
If he had asked you, what would you say?
Well, just ask the day before.
Yeah, if he had asked you the day before, would you have gone?
Probably.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But day of, it's like, no, I have stuff that I want to do,
Yeah. All right, I can see that.
and none of that involves you.
Well, and how far into your baker career were you at this point?
Yeah, maybe a quarter. Because at
Of
that
the way
point,
on the front end or the
yeah,
back
on
end?
the front end.
Oh, yeah.
On the front end, because this was I didn't go to academy right away.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, most people
Yeah.
don't. So,
Yeah, no, when I was on the railroad, it was dinner. You know, these were not optional. I mean, they could be optional, but then I'd have to take it home. And no job.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's kind of...
But I mean, even I learned to like push back on some of that, like later on. It was just like, no, man, I'm not going to be part of the in club. So, and it's like, no, we don't have conversations behind closed doors around here. So if you can't say it to me with that door wide open, I don't need to know about it. So
That's kind of it. Yeah.
yeah,
That's
not
kind of
everybody
it.
can manage that way though, man. So, and you can't make it too far with that strategy. So, yeah, because eventually it gets to the point in time where lawyers get involved and stuff, and you have to have that kind of thing. It sucks. So, And then it's time to go back to being just a schlub.
I know.
All right. Well, I wanted to ask you
What?
the Marvel news.
What?
Now you already
Well, that's specifically.
who's playing Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's terrible.
I actually agree too.
What is this?
They announced at Comic-Con who's going to be playing Doctor Doom.
Who is it?
Robert Downey Jr.
Okay.
Who played Iron Man for the last decade.
Why is he Doctor Doom now?
Well, okay.
That's more than a decade.
More than a decade.
Why is he making the change?
Well, he's dead in the MCU.
Oh, okay.
So they're going to use some sort of alternate timeline, I'm sure, to Doctor Doom somehow out of all the people in the world.
The plot speaking spell.
No, look, the truth is, so anything that they do with that is going to be, number one, like multiverse shenanigans, which I hate. Number two, it stinks of desperation.
Oh,
like
blatantly.
Like it stinks of
so
desperation.
Doctor Doom is still in the Marvel universe.
He is.
Okay.
Yeah, he's one of the.
I don't know.
He's like one of the pantheons of greatest villains.
He's bad guy
of the.
If he's not your number one, he should be your number two.
Yeah. Okay, but he's not DC. I thought he was DC.
No.
Okay.
So
he was Fox.
My bad.
He was part of the Fox crowd, so they couldn't use him for a long time.
Okay.
But instead of sounding like how they built up Thanos and it took a decade to finally get to the thing, it sounds like they're gonna just be like, Doctor Doom, here he is.
Ta-da!
It's like, guys, man, you had the formula,
Well, they just made a fuckload of money off the Wolverine movie,
I saw
didn't they? How is it?
It's entertaining. Like Jeff says, there's really no plot.
Did you see it?
No.
Oh,
but
okay.
from everything you heard, it really is no plot. It was literally just trying to show you all the cool stuff they wanted to show, and Wolverine in his costume and all the different things.
So is that the only thing that's taking it over $1 billion?
It's funny. I mean, I don't know if you want me to ruin anything, so I'm guessing you guys are never going to see it.
To see it.
So there's a part though, because they go into the void area where they like discard all the alternate timeline trash that they're trying to get rid of. And
needs a trash compactor.
Basically, wherever they snip off timelines and stuff, they throw the people that cause those timelines to branch off. They take them and they toss them into the void.
You just hang out there.
You go there, and then there's some sort of this giant beast that eats things, and so it just kind of keeps
Langoliers.
It just erases all these things. And so I guess Deadpools are notorious for alternating timelines. And
well,
so
that's funny.
And so there's thousands of them in the void there.
Okay.
And so when Wolverine and Deadpool are going off to do their thing, a portal opens up and all the Deadpools come out because the Cassandra Nova is the ultimate bad guy in the void. She wants to keep the void and destroy all the rest of the world.
Okay.
And so all the Deadpools are like, yeah, we're cool. And so there's like 1,000 Deadpools fighting Wolverine and Deadpool. And Wolverine and Deadpool just go through and slice and like slaughter all of them. And then they all come back up alive at the same time while, Deadpool and Wolverine are getting shot and sliced and all this kind of stuff. And they don't slow down, but each one of their things is like, oh, they're down. And like, it's like, no, they're Deadpools. They'd be like, oh, my arm got cut off. Haha, it's hilarious.
Right.
And it's just like, so they go through the whole battle. There was this whole wave of them, and they all just die, and then they all pop up at the same time. And then they have this stupid thing where Deadpool has a friend that's just like a normal guy, and he shows up, and they're like, "Oh, we all have a Peter. Hey, Peter!" And they're just like, "Yeah," and it's like,
I'm so
God
lost.
Damn
man.
it!
Yeah. I'm sorry.
I guess all Deadpools have a Peter as their friend.
Yeah, no, I get that. I
And
just
so
don't understand why this makes a decent movie that's going to make $1 million.
It was really
okay.
The fights
Is
were
it funny?
cool.
The fights are cool.
It's funny.
Okay.
It's showing you like the Deadpool Wolverine fights that everybody's been waiting to see.
Okay, all right.
It's got all the thing. It's got cameos that we had Channing Tatum as Gambit, which was
that cool? I've heard some people say it's the highlight of the movie.
the Gambit moves were amazing. It
Right.
looks like However, though, it does look like they squished Channing Tatum into a suit like Alicia Silverstone with Batgirl. Because he's not tall and slender. He's
No, he's kind of
he's
he's
solid.
a thick dude. Yeah,
And so it looks like they jammed him in there, and it's like a hard plastic suit, and it's like, can you move? But the accent like he did was awesome. Like he even pushed it past like what the cartoon show did. Like, and they had Deadpool going like, "What the fuck is he saying?" Like, do any of you guys have it? Are you guys like? And they kept playing with it and all that stuff. But him using his powers was amazing. Like,
that's the thing I heard was there were people like, I can't believe like they took that seriously.
it was cool. Like, well, I know Channing Tatum wanted to play Gambit for like 20 years. Yeah. So, and why he was there?
Well, so what you're talking about is like, why is it so successful? Because it's fan service, the movie, right? Because it's like all the things that you wanted to see. We're not going to hang on the plot. What we're going to do is we know all the things that you've wanted to happen. You know, it's like, so we're going to find a way to squeeze them in here with this thread of you know, something, so that it's not just like scene after scene. There is something that's there.
Didn't Ryan Reynolds basically write it?
I don't know if he wrote
I think he had
it.
he had a lot to say.
Yeah, I thought I read.
I know that
somewhere.
he spearheaded a lot of like
The
getting
whole
everything
start
done,
of everything.
Yeah. So I mean that's cool. So it's in the same way like I'll bet you a Star Wars movie in that same regard would probably do well in terms of like
just giving what the fans want.
We know that we've done you wrong. So here's all the stuff that you wanted to see. Like, I don't think it would be lasting. And Will, you tell me, you saw the movie. Is it something that they can build off of, or is it done?
They're definitely leaning towards that they're getting rid of all this timeline crap.
Okay.
Because, I mean, Deadpool even said, like, I mean, in there, he's like, this is the dumbest thing to have all these timelines. All this, aren't we just using this movie to scrap it all?
Okay, so I mean, again, it's the munchies of the Frito-Lay factory where you sweep all the same stuff and you put it in one bag, and it's like if you're doing some of that like cleanup in there, that makes perfect sense, right? But I don't think it doesn't sound like there's something.
It's not doing it in this one movie, which I think people were kind of hoping. That they were going to do is like, okay, they're going to use this to
launchpad into something.
Launchpad into a single universe, but it seems like it's going to take a while because they got to have Secret Wars and all that kind of stuff. So
I don't. They're not going to do a good job at that either.
No.
I mean, it's like so. Yeah, the thing that really broke my heart, like when they said this, because I never even thought about this. Is like, how could you cast Robert Downey Jr. when John Hamm is sitting at home doing nothing, and there would be
that'd be pretty good.
Like, I can't picture a better person to play something. It's the thing on this here is like
the Doom they had from the first one was
good. In the second movie, I think he was good. Yeah. In the first movie, they fucked with the lore of this so badly that it didn't work. But in the second movie, when they actually like cut him out of the thing and redid the mask and all that other stuff, like, this looks cool. But I mean, this is like, I would ask you this. Okay, so from the comics, well, like, what is the appeal of Doctor Doom?
That he's kind of like he's like the Batman, only a villain.
In a lot of ways, yeah, but
he's got rules and everything in his head on how right should be, and he's just playing it out. And he's better than everyone. Okay, right. So this is my favorite thing about Doctor Doom. You're right. Okay, because he runs his own country, right? And it's not tyrannical. They love him there. Yeah.
Right? And on top of this, you don't beat Doom, you contain him, right? That's the thing. So there's a couple of like really cool moments in there where it's like, all right, I get you got the Batman thing going on here, right? You're right. It's I mean, for God's sake, the guy has pieces, like splinters, of the true cross that Jesus was crucified on in his armor to protect him from vampires, right? That's
I didn't know
so
that.
far fucking out there that it's cool again.
Who
right?
is that?
Doom.
Oh, I thought Batman did. Never mind.
Oh,
Well, that's the same kind of thing that Batman would do, because it's like, well, I don't know, Martian's gonna come, it's like, so I need to have this
whatever anti-Martian.
it's they used to joke about it was the bat repellent or the shark repellent, because that's from the 60s movie, and he had it on his belt. But like, that's the kind of thing that's cool about it, is there's there's a person behind it. And again, I understand like the whole thing, like, but my favorite moment, I don't know if you have this book, is where their second child, Valeria, she's not going to survive childbirth, right? So the Fantastic Four try everything, and they can't find a way to get Valeria to survive. So they have to turn to Doctor Doom, right? And so he successfully delivers this child without it dying, right? And his one condition is, you have to let me name this kid, right? And he jokes about it. He's like, I'm not so crass that I would name your kid Doomala or anything like that. He's like, but this child will be named after my mother, Valeria, right? And they're like, well, why did you do this? He's like, because this is the one time that Reed Richards failed and I succeeded. And you're always going to wear that fucking L. Yeah. I'm like, that's cool. That's how you make a good villain, right? Because there's still a human being in there. And if you're going to do that, this is something where it works because he's been in the books since like the 60s, right? And you have this actual person in there. If you try to flip it and just do it in like 2 movies and say like, well, he's a bad guy, right? This is not going to come out well. You're not going to do it right. It's going to suck.
And like just seeing Robert Downey Jr. up there, like he's all gray hair. He looks ancient. Like, and I'm like, you're gonna why? Oh man, yeah. This is so desperate.
So if I have any guess, right? So you've heard about the nightmare of Black Captain America, the new movie. Have you heard about the delays and reshoots?
Well, yeah, they basically shot 2 movies.
So if I'm gonna have a guess, right, that if anything, and you can, I haven't seen this percolating online or anything like that. I don't know, right? My guess is there's going to be some version of this, and this is why they did all the reshoots and all this other stuff. I think they knew that Anthony Mackie is not going to work as Captain America. I'm guessing that the 2 sides of Doom, there's going to be Chris Evans back as Cap somehow, with Doom being Robert Downey Jr.
But they were allies before.
Well,
and enemies.
Well, they were enemies in Civil War. If I'm going to guess, because they've monkeyed with that movie so many times, my guess is that's the big surprise that they're going to have. I don't know, but that's the closest thing I get. Like, again, this is the same thing.
I thought they reshot the whole Captain America movie because they made it woke as fuck.
Well,
and they said, "Oh shit,
did it go before the test audience?
This is going to make nothing."
Chairs at this
point. Well, I mean, there's that. There's no surprise on that either. Like, I know that they're backpedaling like crazy and trying to act like they're not. But again, what should they? There are people out there complaining. This is one of the articles I read, was that they were mad at Deadpool and Wolverine because evidently there's a ton of gay jokes.
Oh yeah, he does.
And what does that tell you when the gay jokes and the characters that people want to see are on screen, and it makes $1 billion? What do you do as a bottom line? You say, are we going in the right direction? Maybe.
This is every comedy club in America, man.
I know. It's
great.
Yeah. It's like, did we maybe go in the wrong direction? Have we been telling people what they want for a while and not doing so hot?
Yeah, I think they had Vince Vaughn or one of the comedians was just like, they don't
comedian.
They won't make R-rated comedies anymore because all the high up execs are too afraid of getting fired.
Yeah,
to approve any of these jokes and things like that are just freaking jokes, man. So somebody gets offended. Oh no!
Just let it ride, man.
Yeah, they're going to offend every human being out there. It's part of it.
The entire spiel of 90s comedy was specifically trying to offend people.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I watched Ace Ventura the other day. Oh my god, man! You could never make that movie today. So.
Yeah. Look,
yeah.
it is, Patrick. It's funny that you say that. That is, it's in the like transphobia Hall of Fame in terms of like.
Now,
I cannot believe we.
I
were
can
here.
believe that. Yeah, I can believe that they would point to that movie as being like, "Oh my god," But it's just a joke. It's dumb. So.
Well, no, it's so offensive that like when they find out that Sean Young is actually
They
the
all
guy.
barf, yeah.
The fact that he's like plunging his face and everything because
That's
it's,
right,
like,
yeah.
like, this is so offensive. It's like no, like take
Well,
it.
he crawls up naked in the shower and
Yes.
tries to peel his own skin off.
It's like yes, you can see it that way, but you also have to understand it's like it's not you in the situation,
No.
it's him,
Yeah.
right? And as I said, like if you reach into the bag of Doritos, okay, and you don't get Doritos, but there's a dick in the bottom, okay?
I'm gonna go to the shower and peel my skin off.
I never thought about that. I don't think I want any Doritos anymore.
Oh, that's your.
I got a half a bag at home, man.
That was a
Do I feel the bottom of it?
that was a tweet of mine that a dude said he was getting framed, but that was like because the thing is like it's about what you expect, and if that's what you want, then that's cool.
Yeah.
But if it's not, that's not cool.
Yeah.
Now it's not the same thing. There was a Bob Hope movie, right? And it was one of the
Goes back to like the 70s.
earlier.
Oh my god, yeah, it's gonna be awful.
Right. So this was
my God.
it was one of the road movies where they were in some
Yeah.
Middle Eastern country, right?
Yeah.
And earlier on, right, there's this guy and he plays this flute to a basket and a hot chick comes out, right? Now, later on, Bob Hope kind of wants some company, so he plays it, right? And a fat girl comes out. Now, she's not even fat by 2000 standards, right? But she's just too fat for Bob Hope, and he looks at her, right? Like the devil himself came out of this thing, right? I can look at that and say, I can see that's offensive, but it's because it's not what he wants.
Right, yeah.
It's not because it's like, oh my God, she's vile, right? She's terrifying. It's just that you have an expectation.
It's
Boy,
a
did you
joke.
not get what you wanted.
Yeah, it's a joke.
I'm going to plunge my face. I'm going to scrub it with bleach, right?
Maybe not in that case, but yeah.
No, but I mean, yeah. That's, and again, that's the comedy part is overreacting to the stimulus.
Yeah.
Right? But yeah, it's the more...
right. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. It's like when you go out there and say like, "Well, you're gonna make a comedy," and you jump out there and say like, "Hey, no problem. Here's 2 legal pads worth of rules. Don't break any of these because people will find them offensive." Like that's real good for comedy writers. You're gonna make some real.
Yeah, that's why they don't do that. They do
funny
that shit
stuff.
on the internet now, man.
Yeah.
So, I mean, even like Joe Rogan's like latest thing, it's tame as fuck.
Was
So,
it?
Yeah, I just saw little bits of it. I don't have Netflix, so I had to scour
Oh.
the slightly less legal parts of YouTube that get ripped down every 30 seconds to find some of that shit. So it's just like, yeah, I forgot you're not that great of a comedian.
I don't think he's that great of a comic.
No, he's not.
I never
man.
think he was.
Yeah.
I thought he was a better actor than he was a comedian. And then,
Actor?
yeah.
What are you acting?
Well, I used to watch him on a show called News Radio
Oh, I don't
because
know
that was
one.
Phil Hartman's show after he.
You're right.
And I kind of dug that show.
I was like, he hosted.
That was a
Fear
long
Factor.
time ago. Yeah,
That was what he did after that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it was like, so this is the guy that's going to make all these people eat bugs, huh? the first season, it was like jump off something high and all this other stuff, and then it turned around where the audience really seems to like it when people eat things that are gross.
Yeah.
And so the rest of the shows from like seasons 2 through whatever.
Yeah.
Here's a bigger bug. Eat it.
Here's a horse
It's
penis.
like-
Eat this.
yeah.
So,
Like
yeah.
every other one, you get the cool action one, and then you get tortured by what you can eat. Or...
I never got into that show, man, because the creepy crawlies and it was like, nope, I'm not gonna watch
I'm
this.
too empathetic.
Yeah, sorry.
Because
So-
I'm like, I can't eat that.
Nope, I can't eat that. I cannot swim with all those jellyfish. Nope.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Or they'd lock you with like your face and all the bugs are allowed to
Yes.
crawl.
Yes. No. 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 No.
Ah.
no, that's got way too much Indiana Jones. Yeah.
And it's still to me, it's like the eating thing because I'm like, all right, give me a bun and a whole bunch of mustard, and
Give me the whole jar of
You have to
helmets.
let me,
yeah.
like, press it,
Yeah, I gotta
right?
press it down.
yeah,
Gotta make sure that they're all, nice and dead before they go down the
yeah,
hatch.
yeah.
1-0 coming crawling back up.
Yeah, I can't feel it move on the way down, man. That's just too much.
Oh, go.
No.
go.
That's horrifying.
It's horrifying.
Or if you don't swallow fast enough and it's moving in your mouth.
That one chick that got bit,
Oh yeah.
By
Yeah.
what?
Because
some bug. It was
Yeah.
some big ass bug, and it bit her on the tongue when she was about
I
to.
think it was a cockroach.
Fucking no. God damn.
Yeah, that's gross, man.
Oh,
See the big old pincher bug?
Ah.
Pierce your tongue for you. Ugh.
Yeah, I couldn't. Oh man, there's no way. I would just be like, thanks guys. I'm not even gonna be a good contestant for you to look
No.
like I'm gonna try. Like, nope, thank you.
no. I could put you on a better game show. You would have like. There was a sports game show that I think you would have done well on. Where it was like statistics and stuff. I'm like, we would do okay here.
Oh yeah, but there's guys out there that would blow. me.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
yeah,
guys out there
yeah.
that just memorize this shit.
And it's not just football. They have
Oh,
all
it is.
all of them, golf and everything else too.
Golf. Like they can answer like cricket questions. All of my knowledge of cricket is videos of dudes getting hit in the nuts with cricket.
Yeah, me too.
And did you see the guy that got hit twice in the same game?
No, but I've seen
It's the
I've seen
funniest
compilation
goddamn thing I've ever
videos.
seen,
Yeah.
man.
No, that's put that with Australian rules football as to a sport that it's just completely beyond my ability to grasp.
I've watched like 5 games and I still don't get the rules.
I've had people explain the rules to me while we were watching.
I didn't even know rugby was in the Olympics.
Is it in the?
It was in the Olympics, like the women's team. Like,
Yeah, it's
had
been in the
some
Olympics for a
gal
little
run
while.
out and like score a touchdown or whatever they call it.
Touchdown,
I
yeah.
don't know. She like ran out and like the whole pile was there, and then she just popped out and like ran all the way and got the medal with like 10 seconds left or something like that. And I was just like, oh,
Did that
anyway.
win?
Yeah, because they were in the medal round,
Oh.
and so it was like right as it was a miracle win,
Oh.
and I was just like,
Some of those are kind of fun.
I didn't even know rugby was in the Olympics.
The Olympics is making news for other reasons, I presume.
Big manly women
Yeah.
beating the crap out of them.
Yeah.
Oh, I did. Yeah, I didn't look into it too much, but I did see that
And who are the finalists?
domestic violence is something you can meddle in now.
Men.
That's a joke.
No, yeah.
Oh my
I sure
god.
that one came from the post.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, we're the two last the combatants are
Yeah.
dudes.
How fantastic.
what is
the thing that we
is that
women's
real?
boxing? Yes.
Women's boxing?
Yes.
Yeah. One gal quit 46 seconds in and she
So that's the one that I saw, but I thought that girl got beaten her next round. Or...
Nope.
no,
Oh, okay. I didn't follow up on it, so
Yeah,
I don't know the
nobody-
story.
she's just like, I've never been hit that hard in my life.
The two XYs are the ones that are going to be getting gold and silver.
You know.
Oh, okay.
You know that thing that we all predicted that would happen, but they ensured us wouldn't.
We totally called that here. So yeah.
Yeah, it's just. Well, it's making the case pretty clear. Well, I guess they're not completely clear. 'Cause,
Is that the only sport that's been happening in the Olympics? So I have not been able to keep up with the Olympics this year.
I haven't paid
I just saw that one today.
Barely jumped in.
Okay.
I know that Katie Ledecky did set the record.
She did.
and won like 9 medals. or
She's a
something like
legit
that.
badass. So yeah.
She kind of is.
Yeah. It's probably her last Olympics too, man. She's got to be almost 30. So
Well, and she's not like. She also doesn't look
well,
like
she's older
those
than that,
other.
come to think of it. Yeah.
She also doesn't look like those other like swimmers in terms of like. You're a dude.
Oh, the other swimmers?
Yeah.
I
Remember-
don't think swimming allows that, but maybe.
Remember those years where the Chinese swimmers came in and they're like,
Oh yeah, where they were doping them. Yeah.
Yeah.
That might be true. So
yeah,
that might be true.
where
So,
yeah, it was that fleet of Chinese that looked like silverback gorillas.
Oh yeah, well I remember back in the day it was the East German women. So back in the
Or the
80s,
Russians.
yeah, or the
Yeah.
Russians, it was like that's a dude. Yeah,
That is a dude.
that is a
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. But are the boxers born as men?
Yeah.
Were they?
100%.
Well,
I could not get confirmation on that, man.
they're
So,
saying that
yeah.
they both. This is the horseshit, right?
Or they
So-
just dope the fuck out of them.
No, here's the thing is they both have, and they both tested previously, because they have a test for this.
Yeah.
It's a swab in the mouth that says, what chromosomes do you have?
Yeah, and they got banned from the other turn.
Correct.
Yeah.
Because they have XYs.
Yeah.
Right? Now,
So that means you're male, right?
Yeah.
now, the thing is, they're saying that both of these people were born with genetic conditions,
Huh?
right, that say they're men, that say they're women with men chromosomes.
That's possible.
But they have a chromosome test for it in every other league that says, sorry, if you have this, you're out, because that means you went through male puberty.
Yeah.
Right. But they're saying that, well, the disease says that you're women with men chromosomes.
Oh my god.
Well,
No.
if they were legit born intersex, that's difficult. So, but that's
Sorry, you're just out.
I know, but that's 3 out of 1,000 people. So,
But that's the thing is, 3 out of 1,000 people, you're seeing them right there.
well, yeah, but you would say if you were born that way. So, if you're a husky girl, you would self-select into a sport like that.
But that's not a question about being husky.
Well, whatever. If you were just built different. So,
Well, no, there's a specific build and it's chromosomes, because that's what determines your puberty.
right? No, I understand. So, but like I don't know. I don't want to look, but
Well, no, I understand.
what's under there, man?
That's,
What you got under there, buddy? So-
Dr. Malcolm made a statement about that. He looked up the skirts and yeah. it's
Right?
like,
Yeah, exactly.
no, look. There's a perfectly fine test for this, and
Yeah, this shouldn't be that difficult to determine.
no, this is something where it's like, look, are you going to ruin it for every other woman in this tournament? The answer is yes.
Yeah.
Right? And I get it. I also understand like the genetic abnormalities, because that same argument that can make is, what is the percentage of people that are born 6'9", right? You
Oh,
say,
yeah.
well, these guys have a proclivity for
Michael-
basketball. Should they be banned? I'm
Michael
like,
Phelps is your best example of that. He is a genetic freak, so that's why he's got 28 gold. Or he's got 28 medals. The width of his shoulders is actually perfect for swimming. So that's why he got all. He's a genetic freak, and it has nothing to do with his.
well,
chromosomes.
okay, now hold on. You can have that and still like not train and you'd lose.
Oh no, he does that. He does that too.
Right. There's a reason.
Yeah.
Well, no.
Yeah.
Hey, look.
He's got a beer gut,
Arguably one of the best running backs that has ever played the game is Bo Jackson, and he did not do a lot of the regular training that a lot of guys do, right?
So people just get good cards, man. So
His were, well, minus the degenerative hip disease, his cards were awesome. That was a real problem. That's a real
when it
problem.
became a problem, it became
Yeah.
a problem. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, that's it was the Coach Pride keeps losing toes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Toes.
yeah, his legs are slowly rotting off. So, yeah,
From what?
I don't know, some kind of degenerative disease. So
That sucks.
yeah,
Oh.
but he had a good run, man. Really started losing all your toes. So
No, I got you. But yeah, that's the.
If that doesn't, and then this happens like right when the Democrats are pushing the Title IX thing, whatever.
oh, that's
it's like,
terrible idea.
it's like, what are you guys doing? man?
You know what? And also on this, all right. Stop trying. I get it. I understand that you are like the third wing of the Democratic Party. Please stop trying to tell me that Trump voters are leaving en masse to get in the Kamala Harris camp. That is
Who's
not
the fuck
happening.
saying that?
Oh, dude, that is the social media story. Networks are going with it. NBC, ABC, they are loving this.
Says
And
Why?
say-
Because they just printed whatever that Kamala's like changed her stance on every single policy.
Well, they've actually pointed out that she hasn't come. Her
Well, she
website has no policy.
talked. Yeah.
They
she's got a policy doc out.
No, not on our website.
No, but it's a DNC platform for their
Where
shindig
she
they
says
got going
she's
next week.
for stronger borders and
Something like that. It's
all
up there.
the
Yeah.
This is in the same vein as scrubbing every record of you were the borders are, and now
they
trying
just
to pretend
erase it, but there's video, so
There's
kind of
video.
hard to do this.
And fucking people have been taking screenshots, and it's the same thing where they're saying like, look, they're out there saying like the polls say that she's 50-49, 51-49. Like, I don't believe you. I don't believe you for a second.
Way.
This is an absolute lie.
No, you can't trust any polls until Labor Day. So
I was like, people hate you.
I don't know, man. People hate Trump a lot too. So
They do, but they hated him before.
yeah, I know. They were expressing it before as well.
Right.
Yeah.
But here's the thing is the people in their party really disliked Kamala Harris. And now they're
Wait a minute.
rallying
Whose
around
party?
the Democrats.
Okay, sorry. I
And
wasn't
now
sure.
they're evidently like rallying around saying like, oh no, so fucking sliced bread, eat a dick. This person has been like the greatest thing in history. It's like, y'all don't like her. Stop pretending.
Oh, yeah, I mean that's a good strategy though, man.
Well, that's
so
why they
yeah,
didn't have a primary.
Again, it's like when you were in it, you got 1% of the vote.
yeah, back in 2020.
Nobody likes you.
She got
Fucking
wrecked.
Tulsi smoked you on stage. Everybody remembers it. And you were sitting there like fumbling for something stupid to say, and then you did. Right? You couldn't back up anything. She broke you. Right? Like, God. And it's just, she's so dumb. It's so... The backlog of what she says is so fucking retarded. When she was actually waving her hands in the air when she was describing how cloud computing worked, right? As like she were describing the force. I'm like, fucking retard. It's server exists over here. That's it. It's not
Up in the
it's
cloud.
not this ethereal thing. That's
The pipes and tubes, man.
there was a grace and dignity with tubes and pipes because like
No,
all right,
man, that tube was melty. That was 30 years ago.
look, man, if you wanted
I
to
don't
actually
understand the pipes and tubes.
no, he said it. He said it with his. It's a series of tubes,
Tubes and
right?
pipes, yeah.
Which at least I can say, kind of. Kind of. You're still a moron. You don't get it.
It's like at the bank.
Yes, it's
It's Futurama. We gotta do that.
because I can break it down. I say like, yes, there is a series of chords, right, that you could call tubes, right. But this again, treating like the cloud is like it's all around us. It's between you and the tree and the rock. This dumbass thing. Like, just say you don't know.
I can never say I don't know.
Well, she can't, that's for sure.
Did you see the Trump at the black?
Oh yes,
Like,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
So he got asked the one question where he said, "Oh, she was asking him, you said these mean things to this person and the black people and all this kind of stuff." If I was him, I'd have been like, "Yeah, I did. I've also said that about white people. So, why are you picking out that I just said it about these people?"
That look.
What's I'm not racist. If you're a moron, I call you a moron.
When she came at him with the first question, it's like, oh, so
You kind of knew where that was
it's like, oh, it's this guy.
You knew exactly where that was. And so did he. He said so.
Yeah, that again, like I said, that's actually his strength.
He did the same thing to Leslie Stahl 4 years ago.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah. And they still play that one over and over again.
It's just the whole.
He should not have gone there, though. So
Well,
he should have known that, bro.
There.
Yeah, I mean, he shouldn't have gone there unless he knew that she was going to be there. So, I don't know.
I give him props for going.
Yeah.
I guess, man, but I mean, you just lost a week's worth of the news cycle there. So,
He lost a week's worth of.
yeah. All the coverage was negative after that for about 4 days.
Bro, the coverage is going to be negative no matter
Yeah,
what. he
Not
does.
always.
But they had to show him.
Yeah, but see, that's the whole thing is they don't now. So, you just get the sound bites. And so you don't get like, oh, here's his tweet. And people look at it and say, oh, that makes sense a little bit, They don't do that anymore. They just give you the snippet. So that makes them look bad.
That's all they were gonna. Yeah.
That's the game they're playing on every. Like I could. There's they're doing that at his rallies too. I mean, it's like, I can't say that he lost anything because that's the same shit they do at his rallies.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna wait and see. I'm nervous about him, so I don't think he's as strong as he looks at his rallies, because I mean, I've watched all of them. So, and he does about 15 minutes of good stuff, and then he gets on the same stuff every single time. So you can just cut that, okay, and then you just focus on whatever new shtick he's trying, because he tries a different shtick at each one a little bit. But he's not doing half the rallies that he used to. So he's not. If you go back and you even look at his 2020, his COVID schedule, he's got double the rallies over the same amount of time.
Well, yeah,
So-
but this is the thing, is you have to remember, like, all right, so from the time that he's been able to campaign, because remember, he was locked to New York for a while.
Yeah, that's true. So,
Right.
well, he could still go. So,
But he had to keep coming back for court. So, I mean, this
Yeah.
is the thing, is, so that's why, look, there was no way that he was going to, like, fucking rally in, like, the Bronx before, like he did. But he did.
Yeah,
this
no,
time,
that's
'cause
true.
it-
Yeah.
So, ever since he's been kind of liberated from that, he's been stumping hard.
no, he's been doing about half as much as he did before in the same time frame. So, like, he was hitting it really hard in June, July, August.
He'd have to be going, like, twice a day now.
Yeah, exactly. He
But-
should be doing that. So, I mean, in his previous time, that's what he was doing. He'd go to multiple rallies, sometimes 2 in a single day, at least 1 a day over the course of a 5 or 6 day, sprint across, a couple states. He's not doing that this time, man. So I'm a little worried. So
I'm not.
okay, good. I'm glad you're not, bro. I hope you're right. I hope
don't
you're right.
know anymore.
Yeah,
I
I
just
hope
have
you're
no
right.
idea.
Well, look, all I can tell you is that I can show you that, and you've seen this too. When he goes, it's always packed, and they're always closing.
I
out.
can't get good numbers on that. I've been looking for that specifically. They will not disclose how many people are at either his rallies or Harris's rallies. I cannot find that fucking information.
No, but you can look at the thing.
I
Well,
heard it was over 100,000 at the New Jersey one,
100,000? That'd be like
but they wouldn't let everyone in. Like,
So that happens.
That's the
That
thing.
happens.
Everybody
Yeah.
that's been going has been saying they've had lines that can't come in. Their
Yeah.
capacity.
So, but
especially after the shooting thing, like they're like,
yeah, but I don't know the size of the arena. Look, I've been looking for this shit. I can't find it. So, maybe I'm doing something wrong, but because I was really curious if they were doing some camera like they used to do with Hillary. She like have 1,500 people in a fucking stadium and they put them all behind her, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I can't find pictures of a Harris rally because she's only had 3. So Trump's only had 3 since she got nominated.
Right,
It's like, so the one in Pennsylvania where he got shot, we got good numbers on that one. It was about 15,000. So it's not 100,000, but it wasn't that kind of venue. It's a town that had. Yeah, it's a tiny town. The only reason he went there was because he's buddies with the congressman from that area. And he promised he would come back. So, but yeah, like, I don't know. I can't get good numbers on some of this
Then they
shit.
both did Atlanta.
They did both do Atlanta, but I don't know how big those rallies were. So I'm kind of curious. So,
And so I got you. And if you're saying that he's doing less than before, all right, okay, I got you. I don't think that's going to be something that hurts him, though.
Okay.
Again, like,
I hope you're right. I hope you're right about that.
as long as they can have a debate, 2 debates. would
well,
be nice.
that's the thing is, it's
That's gonna happen.
I don't
I don't know.
they're both going to skip. So,
They're both gonna skip.
so what happened here is that Harris said you were supposed to be on ABC on the 10th, right? He said that was with
With
the
Biden.
other guy.
Yeah.
And she said, what happened to Mr. Anytime, Anyplace? He's like, I'll see you on Fox on the 4th. Right? And she already declined that. She's like, no, you're going to be here on the 10th. He's like, you're not going to be here on the 4th. Right? So that's kind of where that goes because she's just like,
We'll see. That might change. That might change. So,
because right now they have everything to lose if she has
Opens
a
her mouth.
live discussion. Everything. And it's the same.
Even with just interviews with me. Well,
she needs to sit down and do a real big girl interview.
Yeah.
So, and she has not done that.
Hasn't happened.
I don't know if that's actually going to happen. That would be.
I think they're doing exactly what they did with Biden.
Yeah, but I think that
But he
Biden's a
did
little bit
interviews.
different, man, because he was a lot harder to control. So he actually listens to people. He doesn't listen to people. So
Don't answer any questions as you're walking away.
I want to. I can't wait to read that book when it comes. I want to know exactly what happened there. So, but yeah, I don't know if she's actually going to sit down and do one. So we'll see. She's got to do a press conference eventually. So, I mean, she'll have to do one at the convention.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah.
But that is to say that they'll ask her difficult questions at the convention. Well,
If they ask her easy questions, she fucks them up. That tells people why.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
So,
well, the easy question is like, what is cloud computing?
well, I don't think they'll ask her that one. So, yeah, that's good. Explain to us the internets.
It's like her answers are so bad. It's like I feel like when she and her husband like go out to dinner, like it's like this way, and they bring her a placemat and crayons. Like she's so bad at just like, and the thing is, I don't think that she thinks that she's giving bad answers.
Maybe.
I don't think she does.
Yeah.
But like her brain keeps looping backwards to whatever the phrase is. It's like
I think she's just really cautious about what she says. So, she's
so
constantly thinking about how things are going to actually,
that doesn't make sense in terms of like when she comes. It's like, so Kentucky Fried Chicken,
Right.
is chicken
Right.
in the geographical area of Kentucky.
Right. Yeah. I know it sounds retarded, and maybe it is, but I mean, like,
No, this is the kind of thing like a guy on your team would be like, you sound stupid. We have to work on this.
yeah, no, you would hope so. So, but I have no idea since we don't get anything that's not a teleprompter anymore.
No.
So, yeah.
What we do know is that 92%, I think, of her staff got canned.
Or quit.
Or quit.
Or quit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Evidently, she's a tyrant, which to me
I've heard
says
that.
like the people that said like, "Hey, you're stupid."
I heard
like,
that
are
before
gone.
this race, though.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
I heard that before this race. So I heard that she was very difficult to work with. That her husband was a really nice guy. So, but he was
Well, he impregnated the nanny.
yeah, that was previous marriage, though. Come on, man, that's okay.
Seriously, this is the one
Fucking
thing.
Arnold did that. He owned it later.
Something about Arnold, and basically what this company. You do not go. Here's the thing: is you do not go from normal to nanny's pregnant without steps in between. And my understanding is that it is well known in that area that dude was all over. In the same way that, look, did you ever see Arnold's nanny? You ever see a picture of her?
No, actually, I never did.
Okay. She's hideous.
Really?
Yes.
So Arnold's just whatever.
Okay. You remember that scene in like Predator, right?
Sure.
You remember that thing that when Jesse Ventura's offering the chew, right?
Oh yeah, sexual tyrannosaurus. So he's a sexual
He's a
tyrannosaurus,
sexual tyrannosaurus.
and apparently Doug Emhoff is too.
That's the thing. You do not go from 0 to nanny pregnant without intermediate steps. So, for example, let's go back to Mr. Weiner, if you remember him. Anthony Weiner. Remember him?
Oh yeah, he was a sex pest,
Okay.
and
so,
people knew about that.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And that dude had so
Remember
many
that guy.
chances
Yeah.
to rein it in. They're like,
Yeah.
hey, dude, you got to calm down.
His wife was pretty too.
She's
So,
way pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. But that's the thing is
That's Carlos Danger.
yeah. That's the thing is
That was his
his
pseudonym.
Oh,
Carlos
right.
Danger.
you can't go from like being a freak to the point where you're like, God, I've had so much that the butch looking like housekeeper is strange. Like it's like I'm chasing some strange, right?
Maybe I don't know.
Dude,
I don't think too many people say no to Arnold. So
Arnold.
at least
Okay,
didn't
like
back in
again,
the day.
like when I heard like dudes that worked with him on set and things like this, he was evidently a terror back in the day.
to women. Yeah, I've heard that too.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you have to have so many choices to the point where you're like, that ugly thing looks hot because it's different.
So yeah, maybe he just didn't have enough internet.
Well, they
for him.
probably
You never
hired
know.
her
Yeah,
as the
yeah,
nanny
exactly.
because
Probably so she stay away.
yeah,
Like,
it's
I'll
like,
show
all
you,
right,
buddy.
there ain't no
Yeah.
way. And he's like, whoa, absolutely not supposed to find this
He's like, yeah,
attractive.
I'm bored.
Like, yeah, it's just like I gotta have it. It's like when you sit there and look at if you go to Safeway and you look at like the pies, right? There are ones that make sense. There's like apple and a whole bunch of other ones. And then there is some like dog shit over there. It's like, who eats this? Well, it's somebody who's tired of apple and blueberry and peach.
Eat
Right, yeah.
3 pies a day.
Yeah, exactly.
And
It's like, well, normally I don't like pumpkin spice, but
and I mean, like, take a dude. On top of that, it's like, so he's a bodybuilder that's come clean about this. It's like, so yes, they were injecting me like with fucking horse steroids, which sent my testosterone into the like 5,000s or whatever. Like, yes, you're gonna be up for it all the time. So yeah, that's evidently Harris's husband is known in that area for
in San
Horse
Francisco,
steroids.
yes,
for horse
well,
steroids. Well, I guess we'll
horse
find out,
steroid
man.
boners, yes.
So, because the Daily Mail broke that yesterday,
Yeah,
so
if
they're
that-
going to be cruising around for more.
If that's the one that you cop to, right? If that's the one that you come clean with,
Yeah,
right? What do you actually have in your closet that you're trying to cut this off at the pass?
and it might be the only one. You never know. So, I don't know. We'll have to see. So, if there's more, they'll find them. So, and then the same thing's true with like, they're going through the vetting process for all the VPs now. They're finding all kinds of shit. So, that are just like, uh-oh. They don't have time, man. They got to do it in the next 2 fucking days.
2 fucking days.
So, yeah. So, they don't have
Yeah.
time.
But it's still, evidently, it's still looking Shapiro.
I doubt, yeah. I was thinking that last week after you and I talked. I saw a couple things. I was like, yeah, probably that makes sense. So, because Donald Trump can't win without Pennsylvania, it's not possible. So, but then, like, if you get on there and you start looking, they're already organizing protests at the DNC.
Well, that's the thing is...
They already are.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And you know why? Who are the people protesting?
The Palestine people.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Kamala.
Yeah.
She's probably protesting too.
I don't think she cares. So I think she'll go with whatever helps her get elected.
Oh no, that's obvious, but
Yeah.
but like you're saying, it helps her get elected. You have to get Pennsylvania.
Yeah, which means you have to get Shapiro, but he comes with baggage because of that, and you don't want people flipping fucking police cars at your DNC party. So because then you get asked serious questions the next day. So
Well, and she has been sort of playing the "I'm supportive of Palestine" hand right now.
well, she was doing the other thing the other day, and so
Did she placate a little bit to Israel?
dude, she's
Well,
you just
okay,
check her on any
yeah,
given day in any
right.
given speech.
Yeah.
She's only given like 3 major ones. And so each one of them's had a little bit of a different flavor to it, you know.
Yeah. Well, and
So-
she did try the fucking Hillary Clinton handbook. Let's try out this accent today. Which
I did notice that, yeah, that was, and that got called out pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think even from the DNC, it was like, please don't do
Don't
that.
do that. Don't do that. Yeah, that's not a good idea. So we have history.
We got priors.
We
Yeah.
got priors.
We got priors.
Yeah.
No, man. And I guess the last question I'm going to have is, have you seen what's happening in Britain?
No, I was reading on that a little bit today, but that is a hard thing to get straight news on because Britain's newspapers are fucked. So they are either like fucking throw all of them into the ovens right now, or they're like, oh my god, these far right assholes, blah blah blah.
Nazis on our street corners.
Dude, there's no such thing as like a, like
A nuanced middle ground.
in Britain, no.
No.
So, and it's completely like it is the city versus the country. So I took the like 1 or 2 articles in it. I was like, fuck this, I'm out. So I was like, you guys, you give me the long story of it in a couple of weeks. So
All right.
yeah, because
All
I mean, if like, it's just it was so obvious
Right.
by the headline what kind of story I was going to get out of it.
Yeah.
And so it's just like, no, all right, I'll wait till it shows up on PBS in 2 weeks or something. Fuck this.
All I know is that there are 2 Holiday Inns torched thus far.
They didn't get burned down though. So
No, they were torched.
one of them was just they threw some shit in the stairwell and they put it out, and the other one was in the parking lot. They lit a dumpster on fire. I was like, all right, so you whole thing about like burning 800 people alive. This is false.
Right. Much in the same way people like to say that Minnesota was relegated to 1 Wendy's burned down.
Oh yeah, and the police station just got a little stingy. Yeah, but by that we mean the basement. Right. Yeah. So. No, I don't know that much about the England thing. We'll check it out. I've been watching the overseas stuff lately, so we're just waiting for Israel to fucking bomb Tehran again. So
They said a reckoning was like coming, but the weekend's almost over.
well, Hezbollah fired a bunch more rockets today, so
Yeah, but
I don't know.
those got clipped.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, that's normal, but
Yeah.
for them, but still, like you have no idea. So I don't know. It's like end that war. Just what are you guys waiting for? So
Bro, okay, just walk them down. Say like, all right. Start with Ukraine and say like, is there anything left for you guys to do that's going to be productive? No, then stop. Right, and then just walk to the next area and say, is there anything productive?
Ukraine's
left for
gonna
you guys
win
to
that
do?
war, man. They're gonna fucking win that war, dude. I wanted you to talk to your Russian buddies about that, man.
I haven't had a chance.
Okay, I got it, man. But there are things on my dashboard that are flashing red from Russia, man, and so I'm
Well, we
fucking
talked about it
curious.
last time.
I know, bro. So yeah, it's like bad, like he's just purging people left and right, and like it's just crazy how much shit costs. They just did this prisoner swap, and 3 of them said, "Actually, I want to stay there."
Oh.
Yeah. So I don't know, man.
No.
Yeah, it's whack. So I don't know. I think Ukraine's gonna actually win that war. So I mean, it's like the war porn that I see. The way they use drones.
It's so cost effective, and that's
It's ridiculously costly. It has killed hundreds and thousands of Russians over just the last couple of weeks. So what they do with these things, they have this one. I saw this one just the other day. They take these big like Amazon type drones, so that they order for a couple $100 and they can lift up like 60, 70 pounds. They've been taking fucking anti-tank mines and flipping them upside down and dropping them directly on tanks. It looks like a fucking nuclear bomb when one of
crazy.
these things goes off. Yeah.
Oh, damn.
So
I saw him do that to a boat too.
yeah, I saw him do that. Yeah, I saw that one.
You
Was
saw
great.
where the splashes were all. I was like, this is.
Those guys are dead. They were trying to get across the river so that they could surrender, and they're like, nope. Just boom. So it's
Costs
just,
money to keep you captive.
I know, man. It's crazy. So they dig up the mines that the Russians put all over the country. And they slap them on drones, and then they fly them over there.
I didn't know that's what they were doing. Oh my
Oh, fuck
god!
yeah. So they don't so the Russians put shitloads of mines all over this area that the Ukrainians took back like 2 years ago. They got like millions of these things because the Russians
Oh my God.
that was the one thing the Russians had. They had a fuckload of mines, but they didn't have any people. Okay, so we're gonna build a defensive wall. You just mine the fuck out of it, like with these triple lace landmine, minefields that are impossible to dig out all the mines with any kind of like machine because the machine's going to get exploded. They tried many times. We sent them a couple mine clearing vehicles. They're like, yeah, those don't work when the minefields are this thick. And so they do. They go through there by hand, pull out these big ass fucking anti-tank mines, slap them on drones, and then drop them on Russia.
Oh my god.
So
That is such like last century fighting.
it's smart. It doesn't cost them anything.
No, the mining, the laying the mines like that is so.
That's smart too. That's what they had a lot of, and that's
Right.
the only way you can defend a large area when you don't have that many guys. So, and the Russians, they don't have the drone technology.
They don't have access to Amazon.
They do, but like,
Oh, they don't
They're
have people that can
supposed to be
fly them.
like, well, yeah, that
well, the
too.
Ukrainians use Starlink to fly them.
Yeah.
And the Russians, no Starlink for you guys, assholes. So, so you have to have a connection. So,
Yeah.
which means you actually have to have either some kind of satellite communication with it, or you have to be close enough to actually be able to use, But if you're doing it just off Wi-Fi, that's really easy to jam. So, whereas Starlink's fucking almost impossible to jam. So yeah, it's crazy.
Damn.
Man. I know. And so you just see these heartbreaking things of Russian dudes trying to surrender. And the Ukrainians are like, fuck it, get out of our country. Here's your mind, buddy. You can have it back.
That's what I'm saying. Hide them with this. I didn't know that. I didn't know that that's what they were dropping. Because I saw them drop something fucking huge from a drone. I'm like, I don't know what this is, but it exploded. Yeah.
So anti-tank mines made in fucking Russia. So
that's just the best.
Oh, that is brilliant.
But
so that one, point,
close it down. You're not getting any headway. And those other dudes over there, it's like, look, give the hostages back.
I bet you the hostages are all dead. Come on, man. We're coming up on 10 months, 9 months now. I'd be surprised if any of them are still alive.
They got a few more of them back just a couple of weeks ago, but
that's true. Well, some of them were bodies, so
some were. But there were a couple of
you're right.
Back, so there
were a couple of live ones, but Israel doesn't have the. So when they first went in, they went in with 5 divisions, so which is a lot of guys. That's like 100,000 guys. So now they're down to like 2 brigades in all of Gaza, which is maybe like 10,000 guys. So I don't think they're going to leave, and so I don't think that war is going to end anytime soon. Man.
Well, no, you can't. You're begging for trouble if you leave that area, right?
I think that's the point.
Yeah, that's the point. Yeah,
that's the point.
Hey, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, we have shit. Our stuff is in that theater now. A lot of it.
Well, ships. Yeah, it's not that many. It's 2 aircraft carriers, and it's only 2.
That's a lot, though.
There's always 1 there, so it's an extra one. So yeah.
Look, we can do some serious damage with that shit.
Yeah, but like some of it is just shooting down the Houthi shit because those idiots are still fucking crackheads are still popping rockets. They got like speedboats now that they try and crash into fucking
stupid
ships.
Assholes over there like fucking huff and jank them and
Yeah, it's what is it? They're high all day long. I can't remember what it's a leaf they chew.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
It's not quite like the down south thing where you diarrhea in a bottle and it ferments and you get high off it, but
it's pretty close. Yeah.
Yeah, and you put a balloon on it, right? You put a balloon on the top. The fermented diarrhea goes into the balloon. Take it off the balloon, gets you high as shit. It's called jankum.
Okay, I'm good with.
No, man, we live here. Like we have way more ways to get high if you're in there.
Oh yeah. I mean, come on, the fentanyl capital of the world, man. So, fuck. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. All right. I'm Pat.
Yeah.
I'm Will.
I'm Jeffrey.
Hit the button.
Okay.